Hey, how's it going? So my name is David and I am part of the Digital Essentialist, digitalessentialist.com. If you have any questions at all on Squarespace, we have a ton of resources. If you're getting started to launch your site, we have this product, 5 emails for 5 days, where you just get a breakdown of how to begin your site. And even there's a cool little bonus at the end where it helps you launch your site. So if you're looking to get started, if you're looking to get into this is one of the questions that so many people who come to me when we build a site ask. And it's about hosting. Where do they have to host their site if they're building on Squarespace? Do they have to pay extra for the hosting? Things like this. So let's break it down. Right here, I am on the Squarespace website, basically on their pricing page. As you can see right here at the top, there's 2 options, 12 a month, 18 a month. That's if you pay for the whole year, or you pay 16 a month for 26 a month. They have the online store option, 26 or 40. That's with the discount already if you pay for the year in advance. Let's go back to the websites. I'm gonna kind of share a little bit about this, but I won't do a full in-depth detailed talk about it. If you're starting your site and it's a simple website, it's like a portfolio website, it doesn't need a lot of functionality. You're probably just gonna maybe have people fill out forms here and there. Really simple, but you want all the major key pieces of functionality for Squarespace. Personal works great. For most people, and if you're trying to start a business or working into launching a business, I would suggest a business plan for a few key reasons. As you can see here, the list kind of is longer of all the additional features. One of them being a personal email from Google. What that is, it's for a year. So if your website is, say, example.com, well, now you get your name at example.com. So if you want to have either like hello at example.com or your friends at example.com or any kind of info at example.com, you could create one of those for a year for free as you're launching your business, which is a really good addition. It's about a $60 value thrown in, so it kind of equates right there. Plus you get a $100 credit for Google Ads if you decide to do ads. You have the option of a promotional pop-up. That's basically if you want to have a pop-up on your website, you can do that. The fully integrated e-commerce, that's a lot in 3 words. Selling products, accepting donations, if this is important to you, 3% transaction fee, mobile information bar. That is basically if someone's on a mobile device, they go to your site, there could be a little tab that shows up where it shows either your address or has a quick link to your address, hours of operation, phone number, and I believe the 4th one is email. Complete JavaScript. This is where I think it's important. Complete customization through CSS and JavaScript. These features are only on the business, it's not on the personal. And if there is a few customizations you do, probably every site I build, there's at least 4. They're minor ones, and it's not saying that Squarespace doesn't have a lot of functionality, but there are little tweaks that you get to make to the site to own it just a bit more. Premium blocks and integrations. These are for certain things. If you're a restaurant and you want, say, like reservation settings, the integration they have there, you'll need that. Announcement bar, this final one. Again, if you're starting to build a business, it's important. The information, or the announcement bar is this bar at the top here. You could change the color. I have it just as white here, but basically you could put anything up here where people can click on it, get a key piece of information right at the top of the site. So that is locked unless you do the business plan. So that's like a quick summary of that, but let's get to hosting. So if you want to host your site on Squarespace, there's one key question. Do I need another web host? No, Squarespace does it all. You get full hosting, full coverage for your website through Squarespace. You could have your domain on Squarespace, you could host it elsewhere. So for instance, if you have your domain on, say, GoDaddy, you could have it there, managed by the third party, considered GoDaddy in this case, and then build your entire website on Squarespace. You don't need any additional hosting. And if you're coming from a WordPress background, you may already have hosting paid for, but it's not really going to be useful here because Squarespace doesn't offer any other solution. It's basically you pay for the package, you get full hosting. And then let me show you what it looks like. So say for instance, you want to upload a file to your Squarespace site. There's a lot of ways to do it, but let me show you one example here. So this is just a sample template page. So say this is a button. It's a button block. Just click edit on the block. You can change the text to say anything. So this is like downloadable PDF. And then this is important because this is where you get this click-through URL in anywhere there's the option to have a link. So when you click, you get these three options. Let me zoom into this. And what you see is content, files, and external. External is like a page if you want it to go to an about page or something, the button to go somewhere. Files is now what we're talking about with hosting. So all of this is free. So you could add a file in here. And once you add the file in, you could have as many files as you want existing in the website. There's no limit. If you have really large files, there are limitations to that. But if you already have something like Dropbox or say Google Drive or iCloud, for the most part, you could actually just link it. Let me go back to the external. You could just put the Dropbox link right there, and then it still works in the same exact way. So back at files, you just upload a file here, and then once you're done with that, you could say open a new window, and then click apply, and then you'd be good to go. And then that button would be the downloadable PDF or whatever you added, if it's an audio file as well, ready to be downloaded. So, do you need hosting for your Squarespace website? No, it is all built in. And they've done a really, really good job with this to make it very easy to manage. Very, very easy to manage. As long as you buy into the site, you basically get covered with everything else you need. And even if you have, say, what we talked about earlier, a third-party domain somewhere else, you can actually bring it into Squarespace. There's kind of some rules and ways that happens. It sometimes takes time. If you just bought the domain on a different service, say like GoDaddy or Bluehost, you may have to leave it there for 60 to 90 days. It really depends. It's not a Squarespace thing. It's just how the system works before you could sell it or transfer it, to Squarespace. But you could basically host everything inside Squarespace, connect your email to it. And honestly, those two features right there eliminate so much confusion because now you don't need an IT department. Typically at this point, you would need an IT department to be able to point the domain to the website and point the domain to the emails and make sure the emails are routing correctly. With this, it does it all. You set up emails through Google. You end up just going to gmail.com, typing in the email you create with your website at the end. So say it's, for example, hello@example.com. Type in your password, and then you have full access to your email without having to do any of the confusing IT work, which I know is really dreadful. And if you don't even understand what I'm talking about, it saves a lot of headache if you get this point now. So if you're getting into Squarespace, again, I have this 5-step email course that will help you get started. Just click on the link in the description and it'll just be a quick walkthrough, and there is an added bonus at the end that I think you will like. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.